Doctors of Reddit, what is something that you wish everyone knew about their body? How to eat healthy. Just because you're skinny doesn't mean you're healthy. Especially the teenagers who I take care of. Sometimes I will ask them, what's a healthy food your doctor wants you to eat? Rarely do I get a right answer. I feel like the internet has so many fad diets, and family members rarely cook, so families don't know basic nutrition facts. If you could keep track of the assorted parts you've had removed or added, that'd be very helpful. I'm not saying you need to know whether your fund application was a Nissan or a door, but if you're complaining about belly pain, it would be nice to know that the last time you had belly pain they took out your gallbladder/appendix/sigmoid colon. And if you've ever had something implanted, and they gave you a little card? That's not warranty information, that tells us if you're going to explode if you go in an MRI. Bring it. Otherwise it will be Googled. That there is a wide range of normal. Don't be embarrassed by your body. Having said that, if you are concerned about anything, ask your doctor. We have generally heard it all before, and trust me, we have, nearly always, seen it all before. Maybe you have something that has been bothering you for ages, but you were too scared or embarrassed to ask about it. Just ask. It might be nothing and you have been stressing about it for no reason. And if not, then you are at least one step closer to getting it fixed. No one can help if they don't know. There are no stupid questions, so ask away. I'm always amazed when I have been asked about something that has been bothering a patient for years and years, but they were too embarrassed, scared to bring it up. Most of the time, it is nothing, a completely normal body function, feature. Other times, it is something that should have been discussed right away. You know your body best. So speak up. Don't wait for the doctor to ask the right question. Some people seem to think that if you act healthy for a bit, it'll make up for being a wreck. There are so many things wrong with this. Just one example, antioxidants are like gas for your car. You can store up a certain amount of vitamins, but your tank can only hold so much. If you binge and overfill your tank, it doesn't do anything, you excrete it out as waste, and you can't expect to go the next several months without gas just because you tried to overload it before. You're going to still need to get gas. Same goes for your fruits and veggies. Had someone tell me he went vegetarian for a few weeks, which meant he was done for the year. He was dead serious. Had a patient at risk for heart failure try to insist that if she stayed away from salt entirely for X days/weeks, she should be able to have her fill of McDonald's fries and ramen. Had a smoker argue that if he stopped for some time, he should be able to smoke freely for a while. With some digging, stopping turned out to mean a couple less cigarettes a day. I think there are a lot of obvious ones, like how lifestyle choices in your 20s impact your health and quality of life in your 40s. It would help if more patients knew their family history, though not everyone has this opportunity, unfortunately. Prevention is becoming more and more important in medicine, and treating a disease in its early stages is a lot better than catching it late. If you have family members who had ovarian or colon cancer in their 30s, that is very significant for your own risk. The screening and tests we run might change, depending. If you want to start the pill, it's important to know about breast cancer, DVTs, clotting disorders in the family. If you're a bit overweight and have no metabolic syndrome problems in the family, compared to a bit overweight but both your parents have type 2 diabetes and cardiovascular disease, the management priorities change. Asking your family about any recurring diseases or diseases that occurred early, 20s, 30s, maybe 40s, can be helpful. There are certain common conditions that are underdiagnosed but easily fixed. Even if you have nonspecific symptoms, it doesn't hurt to tell your doctor during the next visit. About 5% of US adults have an iron deficiency which can cause loss of concentration and fatigue, and a huge amount are vitamin D deficient. When I am able to complete a systems review, ask screening questions about every different body system, I end up discovering a lot of irritable bowel syndrome, hypothyroidism, insomnia, joint pain, headaches, etc. that impact quality of life. But people don't bring it up because they don't want to be a bother, or think the symptoms are too vague. It's not a bother, and often, but not always, these conditions have simple treatments which can really improve how you feel. Your kidneys and liver cheerfully do all the toxin elimination you'll ever need. Cleanses and other detoxifying products are BS woo and a waste of money. The people who sell them are predators who only care about your money becoming theirs. When I was in high school, before I knew it was a scam, I actually wanted to try an herbal drink that claimed to detoxify the body. I was legitimately interested in trying it out, but I had one simple question before I wanted to try it: what was it detoxifying? No one could answer me with a straight answer. I talked to friends drinking it and I spoke with the customer service for the product. I even emailed the company asking this question and no one could tell me anything specific outside of it helps cleanse harmful toxins in the body. I became suspicious and never bothered trying it. My suspicions were confirmed when I saw a documentary about bogus health businesses. Detoxification products and services being one of them. Many simpler diseases in the body can be compared to a car. When you don't get regular checkups and take regular care, it's not like you'll notice something bad happening right away. Just like how you won't notice a missed oil change a couple thousand miles later. But diseases like diabetes, high blood pressure, alcohol dependence, etc., they all sneak up on you. Just like how eventually, that engine won't run as smooth. The second thing is that your body isn't like a TV remote, where you pop out the old batteries and put in some new ones. You can't expect to come into a hospital and walk out feeling 100%. People have some unrealistic expectations of what doctors can do, and there is research which demonstrates how TV shows provide the public with these false beliefs. I'm a Grey's fan also, but it's not real medicine. The first line treatment for most of our common diseases is, wait for it, lifestyle modification. It's not drugs. It's not surgery. 50% of newly diagnosed type 2 diabetics do not require anything more than diet and exercise. Cessation of smoking is the second best thing you can do for your health, and every little amount you decrease smoking has a profound impact. Again, you won't see it now, but you'll see it down the road, like the oil change. And if you do need meds, like how most will eventually need meds for their blood pressure, don't play around with it. Take it every day. Hypertension is called the silent killer. You can't really feel your blood pressure. But it's slowly damaging every artery and every organ in your body. And that comes down to the last point. Exercising is the key to a better life. If you put in the work, there is no upper limit. That's not an exaggeration, but the findings of a landmark paper that made news everywhere last October. Not exercising is worse than smoking, diabetes, or coronary artery disease. It is the single best thing you can do for a healthier life. Your health is a shared responsibility, and we're here to help. This may not be the flashiest Reddit comment. But this one may actually save your life. Edit, so I'm getting a lot of great questions on what are good exercises and how long should you be exercising. This is probably the single most asked question I get from my parents, friends, and random strangers. Unfortunately, it's a bit complicated. I could go on quoting tons of papers from a variety of sources, but that would be difficulty to parse though. An exercise regimen should ideally be set by a medical professional specifically for you. It may vary based on your age, occupation, underlying health conditions, fitness goals, etc. I couldn't give a 60-year-old with COPD the same instructions as a 25-year-old. I don't want to say something in a Reddit comment that would end up hurting you or your loved one, so I won't go into specifics. The generic advice we give to our older patients is to walk at a brisk pace, enough for a mild sweat. There is some evidence to show that even normal walking can significantly help improve your cardiac health. I'm only focusing on cardiovascular health here, and there are other things to consider with exercise. I don't want to sound annoying, but I really feel it's best you talk to your doctor about what else you can do to improve your health. We'd be glad to walk you through a plan made specifically for you. Also, regarding number of steps per day. The 10,000 steps number is unscientific and largely propagated by the pedometer making industry. First, it should be age adjusted. It also doesn't directly correlate with losing weight. However, personally, as someone approaching 30, I do like 10,000. It's a nice clean number and I can make a game out of it for myself. It is important to note that this is not for everyone.